Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast, man. We are back at it again, doing what we do, talking the fake stuff, and we're going to hop into a little bit of some trades, some of that good shit. Enough of that rookie talk. Me and Kraft, man, have been doing what we do with the rookies and stuff, but, man, we're going to talk some dynasty trades, some keep trade cut action about players that are already in the league, maybe slide some rookies and some draft picks in there. Kraft, man. In the building, as always. What's going on, big dog?
Oh, man, just had a long week of work, and as you can tell by the smile on my face, I'm just happy to be back talking about some fantasy football. I mean, it's been a while. We've been on the rookies for a minute, so this is kind of our bread and butter right here. These kind of episodes, our Friday night, where we just get a little crazy. So, Ian, glad to have you back, man. Pati Poopa. What you got going on?
What's up, cousin? What's up, Matt? By the way, the beard is very lumberjacky in the nicest way possible. But, yeah, man, glad to be back. Glad to be back talking about some fantasy, the fake stuff. Watched a few of the rookie videos, man, and y'all did a great job. It's only so much you could talk about, man. It's only so much you could talk about until the end of the month.
Yeah. And we know people love that shit. That's why me and the Kraft man drop it out there. But listen, everybody out there.
I learned a few things.
Yeah, man. So everybody out there, thanks for listening to the podcast. Me and Kraft man, we always say it, man. Even if there was 4 people, 10 people, we would still do this podcast no matter what. That's what we do.
Wait, people watch
on YouTube? A little bit. Unless we got a few people just checking us out on YouTube. We got like 4 or 5.
It's just all me. I watch the same video like 100 times. Yeah, I log in.
Put it on before I go to sleep. I put it on before I go to sleep. Put it on repeat.
I like grabbing people's phones off the street, logging in, and then giving us 5-star reviews.
Have you heard of the Fake Stuff Podcast?
Yeah. Yep. 5-star reviews. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. YouTube podcast. But with that said,
don't be a hoe.
Share the show. We don't ask for your money. We don't ask for this and that. All we ask, just one thing, Kraft man, is don't be a hoe. Share the motherfucking show. Just share the show. Kraft man, would you like to add on that? Don't be a hoe. Share the show.
There's just all kind of ways you can share the show. You can steal somebody's phone like I did. You can word of mouth is probably the best thing. You just tell somebody, I heard this great fantasy podcast with these crazy guys that get on here and just talk shit all night. And, you can share it on social media. That's kind of the way the Gen Zers do it nowadays. So any of those ways is great.
All right.
Yep.
Or email it to somebody if you want to. That's kind of old school.
Yeah. Doing a little.
Yeah. Not so old school.
But yeah, man. That's what. Thank you everybody for listening to the podcast. It really ain't about getting famous or getting money and shit like that. We just ask that you share the show. So don't be a hoe. But let's get started, man. We're doing dynasty trades tonight. And we're doing a little keep trade cut. And we're just going to get right on into it. Because what you're going to see, every dynasty trade, I believe, that we have placed in here tonight is after the combine, or at least around it. But I would say after the combine, before the NFL draft, there's always these different times to buy low and sell high and all kinds of types of shit going on. Because there's rumors going around. I was sending the Kraft man and Swizzy some rumors about what this team is saying, that team is saying. So then it just kind of manipulates the market a little bit of who can we buy low? Can we sell high on some of these guys with some of the rumors going on? But here's the first trade right here. Ceedee Lamb for Malik Neighbors at a 104. And this is my favorite trade because I'm in a league with my brother. And, we're in a league right here. It's a little bit different. This is Superflex tight end premium. My brother, I said, I'm willing to sell Ceedee Lamb or Amon Ra So he's like, well, what do you want from those guys? And I'm saying, well, you got to start with Malik Neighbors at 103. Motherfucker thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the starting point. If you want one of these top 4 guys like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Ceedee Lamb, Amon Ra, maybe slide another person in there, this is the price. If you want the players, you want these good players. If you think this trade's crazy, don't make the trade. Me, Kraft, man, my opinion on this is really not that who wins this trade, because me and you play fantasy football like, go get good players. If you want good players, go and fucking get them. But if you believe Malik Neighbors is good, keep him. So I don't really have a side that I land on, because me and you, all these trades, you could pick a winner all day. I could go to keep trade cut, type it in the calculator, and there'll be a winner. But we'll just see in 3 or 4 years about CD and what Malik Neighbors comes out. Kraft, man, I know I've been rambling, but what you think?
Man, it's about as fair of a trade as I can, imagine right here. If I had to side with one side, like you said, I like going to get the star player, but Malik Neighbors is a star player in his own right. He just has quarterback issues. And when are the Giants going to figure out the quarterback situation? They got Russell Wilson there now. I really don't think Malik Neighbors is going to have some crazy type season with Russell Wilson. I'm really down on Neighbors this year, but as far as Malik Neighbors, the talent goes, which in Dynasty, a lot of people say, bet on talent, don't bet on opportunity, because opportunity can change. Malik Neighbors I really think he could be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL in the long run. So you might have a little bump in the road in this year, maybe a year after. Hopefully it's not a Garrett Wilson situation, but to add the 104 with it too, get another good player. I mean, personally, give me CD because he got the quarterback right now. But in the long run, I think Malik Neighbors in the 104 is going to win out if you ask this like 3 years from now. What do you think, Em?
Yeah, man. Honestly, when the graphic first came up, I just seen Malik Neighbors in the 104, and I was like, ooh, that's a slick good trade, because like you were saying, I wouldn't do that either. Malik for the 104, mainly because of the quarterback situation in New York. It's ridiculous. But Malik and a 104 for Ceedee Lamb, that's tough. I mean, that is super solid trade.
Between Noah and Levi.
Yep, figures. I don't really like Dak, but he definitely puts up the numbers, and CD is out there open somewhere. And I agree with you where I think Malik is going to end up being one of the best receivers in the league. You know what I mean? And I mean, going back to Russell Wilson, he gave George Pickens a pretty good year last year. Just they couldn't score touchdowns. No. I mean, he almost eclipsed 1,000 yards.
I think he threw for 16 touchdowns, and he played for, I think Justin Fields started like the first four games. So you're talking 12 games, 16 passing touchdowns. That's pretty atrocious.
Yeah, and I mean, Pickens only got 3 of them. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he was super solid between the end zones, I guess. But
between the 20s, yeah.
Yeah, between the 20s. And but I want to disagree with y'all. I think, not that I want to disagree, but I think I would take it. It all comes down to your team and what you got going on a lot of times with all this stuff. But I think I'd almost take Malik in the 104.
Yeah, I do. The 104.
Where are you thinking the 104? What player could you put there right now, Matt? Just kind of thinking on it.
I would be thinking that's either because let's just be honest. If we're doing the top 4, like off the top of my head, people think Genty, and then you got Tet, and then you got the quarterback Cam Ward, and then you got the next would be Hampton. That wouldn't be my 4. Yeah, that wouldn't be my 4. Like, I would probably take Hampton 2, depending on the spot. So we could be talking Malik Neighbors and Ted,
Cam
you know
Ward.
what I'm saying, or Cam Ward, you know what I mean? Like, it's really I would say it's a very good trade either way. But it does. It's not a crazy trade though. You know what I'm saying? Like, This is like, if you want to play Dynasty, this is how you Dynasty.
Yeah, and you get you get the first sure thing with Ceedee Lamb, and that's the thing about picks. It's like you could hit the next Jameer or the next Jefferson, but you could hit
Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor. And so that's the thing. It's you get the for sure thing with the player that is vetted, but you might not have him as long. But when you really think about it, Dynasty, I'm probably one of the only people in our Dynasty league that is willing to hold on to players for a long time. There's a lot of trading going on, and how long are you really going to hold these players? Like, you can't go into a trade being like, yeah, I'm definitely going to – I'd rather have the pick because I want the guy for 5 years. It's like I'm thinking 2-3 years max maybe, you know what I mean? But if you got a great quarterback, that might be a different story. But a lot of times you're just going to end up trading just because you want to. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put too much stake into a pick. I think I would rather have Ceedee.
I thought you said you'd rather have Neighbors
I did.
104.
I did, but I talked myself out of
it. I do got a question, though, before we move on to the next one, though. All right, just what if this happens in the rookie draft? Just say Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders goes to the Giants. They pick in the top 3. You could automatically have the stack right away. Is that something would you say Amari and Hampton goes to a great landing spot, say Denver, the Chargers, something like that, and then Shedeur or Cam Ward goes to the Giants? Would that change your mindset in a super flex league of go ahead and get the stack? You got Malik Neighbors on your team. Go ahead and get it.
I think it would. And that's the thing about the draft, is seeing where these players go. But yeah, I think it would change it up if you knew. And at the 104, you could pretty much guess, like you say, like Amari and Hampton or one of the good quarterbacks. I think it would definitely change it and make me more willing to do it. And like I said, I would probably do it either way, but yeah, especially if Malik got a good quarterback. But a lot of times they don't even work out anyway. So just going.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find a good quarterback. These teams have been looking for a quarterback for years. The Browns, they had Baker, they screwed that up. But the Browns, the Jets, teams like that. Sometimes people they play fantasy and it's they'll find a good quarterback eventually. This rookie will pan out. The Steelers with Kenny Pickett and Justin Fields, and they just been a carousel of quarterbacks. It's and now they ain't got a quarterback this year. They're looking at Mason Rudolph. You got George Pickens on your team. It's well, he might be talented, but when are they ever going to get a quarterback?
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so I think we're in agreement. Ceedee over Malik in the 1-4.
I think it's just it's one of those things. It just depends on what your team is doing. It's context, man. Anybody can post trades up here, but you got to have some context. So I'm going to get some context on this next one. Amon Ra St. Brown for 3 first-round picks, and this one's mine. And Ian, he had just made a comment about sometimes you just want to trade just to make a trade.
This one's hard.
Example A right here. This was me because this is not a trade that me or the Kraft man or anybody would typically make. And
since hold on 1 second before you go on, since this was your trade, so give the context behind what other receivers you have, and
yeah, I also want to know where you think that 26 first is going to be. Is it early or is it late?
All right, this right here, Amon Ra St. Brown. This team right here that I have right here is my main league. I just won a championship 2 years and a loss. So I was running it back, going all out for the back-to-back. So now I'm looking at my team. I'm like, it's a little stale. You know what I'm saying? You went all out for it. Don't really have picks because I'm selling picks to try to win. You know what I mean? So the context of this is I have Ceedee Lamb. I have Ceedee Lamb, Devontae Smith, etc. I got a few other players, even players deeper like Darnell Mooney that had a good year last year. Just guys like that to help fill your flex spots. But I told the league, I said, I'm willing to come off Amon Ra or Ceedee if you're willing to pay a price for him. Amon Ra was the one. Somebody came up and offered me 3 firsts. But I need some running back help, so I'm hoping this draft right here will help me get some running back help. And immediately, initial reactions are, wow, I can't believe you paid 3 firsts for Amon Ra St. Brown. And I'm just thinking, that's just kind of a crazy take for you to say. I know I'm the one who sold him, but it's like, my man over here just paid up and got a top 4 or 5 receiver in the league. Now he's on his team putting fantasy points in the lineup. And just because I got 3 firsts, that don't mean shit. I got to come out here and hit these picks. You know what I'm saying? What if I whiff on the 105 and 106? Then that's where I'll talk about that 26 first. That 26 first is mine. So if I whiff on that 105 and 106, and I'm tanking, motherfuckers, I'm going to have to go get that 101.
I bet you would.
but I just want to, I just want to say for the podcast, this ain't a trade I would normally do. I want to go get good players, and I want to put players on my team and go win. I just felt like my team was a little bit stale. I wanted to freshen it up a little bit. So let's sell somebody I can get a lot of shit for, and this is the one I got. So. What say you, Ian? Go ahead.
Yeah, man, because Amon Ra is one of those players that has no price or a ridiculous price, and I think, I mean, that looks like one of the most ridiculous prices you could pay for a player. I mean, but it's because he's a guaranteed thing, you know, and you could truly hit on, if you do hit on all those, it'd be awesome, but. If not, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's fantasy football. It's the fake stuff. We're just out here having fun, trying to freshen it up, do different stuff. But, yeah, man, I mean, Amon Ra, he's definitely – nobody would have thought it, but definitely a sell-high candidate, man. I mean, I would pay out the ass for Amon Ra right now, you know. But
I want to say one more thing is the reason why I was really wanting to sell Amon Ra, because Crapman knows I've been pretty consistent. There's been a tier 1 for me for 2 years straight, and it's pretty much been 4 guys: Amon Ra, Ceedee, Jamar, and Justin Jefferson.
God,
if there was one guy,
I thought you were saying you had those on your team. My bad.
No. If there was one guy that I would say could leave tier 1 and get surpassed by other guys, or maybe his value will drop just a tad. Don't get me wrong, I still think Amon Ra's gonna be good as fuck. But I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility that Brian Thomas could pass him or Nico could pass him. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one that I could see could drop a little bit, because even if CD has another bad year, I really don't even know if he'll drop that much. Amon Ra will drop that much. People will drop him down in their rankings. So this right here is just, if there was one guy of the tier 1 that I would sell, it would be him, because I ain't selling JJ or Chase unless it's just like, you know, one of those deals where you can make something work. But Crabman, what do you got? Or go ahead.
I was just going to say one more thing before we pass it to Austin. And I think going off of what you said, one of the main reasons why he would be a candidate maybe to drop is because of all the other weapons on that team, whereas CD, he's the only man out there. And he can make it happen being the only man out there. Okay. That's all.
Go ahead, Crabman.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say if I were to make a trade like that, with the 105, 106, I think I need a for sure player in return plus the pick. So I would, you know, attempt to substitute maybe one of those 105, 106 for a player around that value so that you can get points in your lineup right away. Because with those picks, I mean,
who would that be?
What I'm just saying, what are the percentages? What are the percentages that you are gonna hit all 3 of them? So with the 105, 106, you know, you might get.
But what player would you substitute for one of those?
Well, yeah, that's what I want to say. I was making.
I would like to get. I don't know who he has on his team, so it's very tough. So I would like to get like a James Cook type asset, even though you know somebody around that range like James Cook. I mean, maybe even a veteran to help you win, like Derrick Henry or something like that. Yeah, Derrick Henry, the 106 and the 26 first. Like you get the best of both worlds. You get a little younger with the picks, and then you're still competing really hard in the first couple years. But
like a Josh Jacobs maybe, or
I just when I trade a player like that, I got to have. If you're going to tear down, I want to tear down to a player. I mean, you're not going to get like a Nico in the 106, but I mean, you're talking probably like receiver wise. I mean, you're like in the Devontae Smith range, but probably have a 105 over him.
I got you. This is what I was sending out offers. Literally, I was sending Amon Ra for Rome Odunze in the 103. That was the tier that I was trying to get in because I was trying to down tier too, like you say. But it's obvious you can't get a. I was trying, the obvious ones like Brian Thomas and Nico. Can't do it, bro. It ain't gonna happen. And
No.
Amon Ra
You're
already
right.
has Amon Ra. If you think about it, Amon Ra, he gets a little more stank on his name than anybody else of like any of these top 7, 8 guys. He'll have doubt going into him next year, and he'll have a good ass year, and people will doubt him again. So my range was like the Roma Dunze, the Rashi Rice.
Yeah,
There was a
that's
couple more up
T.
in there.
Higgins,
Up
something
in
like that.
up in that
AJ
area right
Brown.
there. But hell, they were telling me I was asking too much for that. So it's like, well, if you ask too much for that, I ain't going any lower than that. So give me the picks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Crapman's right. I would have definitely down tiered.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you're not going to get that. You know what I mean? But there's a possibility you could get better than that with the pick. So that's why.
You're right.
You know what I mean? You could get BTJ, or you could get, what's his name last year for. Anyways, you get one of those guys. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. But
drunk ass motherfucker, man.
a little bit, just a little bit. Anyway, who we got next, man? What's up? Amon Ra is a badass.
We got. But this is the next trade I'm about to pull up right here. This is the Kraft, man, and I believe NDB Noah Dickblow was part of this trade right here. Kraft, man, if you want to take the reins on this one, but we got Jalen Hurts and the 104 for Joe Burrow and James Conner. And Crabman's going to give us a little context because if I type this in a calculator right now, I can tell you.
It's Jalen Hurts winning. Yeah, for sure.
There's a winner and a loser. But Crabman's going to get the context and tell us how it goes. Go ahead, Crabman.
So the context on this one is the fact that I pretty much know I lose the 104 to James Conner. Like, James Conner is not worth the 104. It's not even close. But I have Jamar Chase, and I also have Saquon Barkley. So my context with this is it's a 6 point per passing touchdown league. It's not automatically just the rushing quarterbacks get everything. So I wanted the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase stack. Plus, I also wanted to get rid of, I didn't want to get rid of Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts, but I got Saquon. They steal each other's points. So my upside goes down every single game when I have Jalen Hurts and Saquon on the same team. They can only score so many touchdowns in a single game. But when you got Burrow and Chase, they're both getting them points every single time he throws a touchdown. So, I mean, my thought process on this was I got three 26 first-round picks next year. One of them looks like it's going to be top 4. It's Party. Party in our Dynasty League again. His team is bad. So it's going to be top 4 next year. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I can get Burrow. I'm going to sacrifice a 104. It's going to suck. But James Conner can definitely fill that hole at running back for me this year. I'm thinking he's going to be super solid. He should be fine for this year. And then I'll replace that running back need next year. I mean, looking at it on paper, with no context, for sure, the Jalen Hurts side wins. It wins every time. So that's why context matters. So I want to hear what Ian got to say on this.
Yeah, dude. Like you said, I mean, before you explained it, I was like, "You big dummy." But I mean, and it's mainly because I know you, and I know your James Conner love is unmatched, and it's not like you talk about him all the time, but he's definitely somebody that has been producing. You know what I mean? But I got hurt by him, I guess. But going back to what you were saying, in the long run, I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase stack is definitely going to be better than Jalen Hurts,
Saquon Barkley.
And I feel like Burrow will have a longer career because Jalen is a more mobile quarterback, unless Cincinnati doesn't get an offensive line for him.
And they talk about the tush push getting banned every single year. I mean, it could happen. I doubt it, but they'll just run QB sneak and anyway if it does.
Yeah.
So he'll still score from the one.
Yeah, and that play there's less amount of contact in that play than a lot. I mean, you're only going instead of running full speed, you know what I mean? Like, either way, Good point on James Conner being able to get you through this year. His injury history has been better the last couple years, and he's been a solid running back. He's not breaking any records or, you're not seeing him on, Sports Center all the time. But yeah, he'd definitely be a solid running back until you get to that 26 first, and you can, figure out something there.
Yeah, and I mean, how often do you get, the Dynasty wide receiver one and get a top four, Dynasty quarterback all on the same team in Dynasty? I mean, it's few and far between. You can have that stack to run for, 5-6 years. I mean, hopefully longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, what you got to say? I mean, I know Noah won the trade.
I was about to say, ain't nothing much for me to say. You already know. I agree with you, Kraft man. I mean, if I went to keep trade cut and I typed it in a calculator, the Kraft man lost his trade. But that's not how we play, and that's not how we fuck a calculator. I like to type them in just to see, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't the end all be all. Like, this is definitely a trade I would make right here.
I mean, Jalen Hurts might score more than both of them combined this year.
Right.
But when you're looking a couple years down the road, in a couple years, maybe not. I don't know.
I would never trade James Conner for the 104. That's not the – I do think that Joe Burrow and Hurts had the same value in Dynasty. The 104 is definitely more valuable than James Conner. But context matters when you talk about these trades.
Hey, a lot of these trades, they can work out for both sides. You know what I'm saying? This is just one that works out for both sides. It don't have to always be somebody's trade raping somebody. You know what I'm saying?
And also,
every trade that comes out –
If I didn't have Saquon, I mean, I don't think I'd have done this trade. But that was part of it too.
Do you have any more first rounds?
Yeah, I traded the 104. I don't think I have any more first round picks this year. Let me see. No, I got the 109.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got the 109.
Yeah.
So I might can draft a running back this year and 3 first round picks in 2026.
You could usually get a steal back there.
Yeah. All right, now let's slide it on to the next one. Big boy trade. Big balls and big cojones.
Ooh, we got boy.
Justin Jefferson. And look, it's not too often you see Justin Jefferson get on the block, but look at this price right here. We got Justin Jefferson, the 107, for Roma Dunze, the 101 and the 102. I don't really care what you think about Roma Dunze right now. The 102 and the 101 and the 102 just got shipped off. I mean, damn, what a trade that is. That's a big boy trade, big balls. Kraftman has a little bit of context on this trade because I know the guy who traded Justin Jefferson, he's stacked at wide receiver and needs some running back help. He's about to get that right now. So, Kraftman, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at his team right now. So, B-Nax, good fantasy player, knows what he's doing. So he traded Justin Jefferson. He's the one who traded Justin Jefferson, the 107. His other receivers are still Amon Ra, Nico Collins, Drake London, and Marvin Harrison. Not to mention the ones on his bench. So he's still great at wide receiver. I mean, this is a 10-man league. It's not a 12-man league, so the teams look a little bit more stacked than normal. But his running backs are Alvin Kamara and DeAndre Swift with Rashad White on the bench, and names like Jalen Wright, Austin Eckler, Tajay Spears. So I like this trade for both teams personally because he's still got great wide receivers, and he can go ahead and just fix his running back problem right away if he wants to draft Ashton Genty and Hampton, or his quarterbacks are Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Michael Penix. They're more Bryce Young and Michael Penix are kind of like wait and see kind of guys. So, he could draft a quarterback at the 102, or he could go back to back running back. So either way, I think it works out.
Yeah. When I see Justin Jefferson on the trade block at all, and anything behind him, I think that's ridiculous. Like, it's Justin Jefferson for the whole league. You know what I mean? Like.
The 101 and the 102, man.
I know the one, and that's upon further
Would you trade Justin Jefferson for Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs? Because that's like
yeah, and that's what I was saying.
Then.
And that's what I was getting to. And as I looked
and
at
Rome
it,
Odunze.
as I thought about it more, I mean, you're trading JJ for the 101 and the 102, and then you're trading Rome for the 107, which is probably around where he was drafted. So I can literally look at this as like two trades in one, honestly. But you do it like this to make it seem like you're not just trading away Justin Jefferson. I'm sure that's hard to do, but like you said, I mean, he's pretty stacked at receiver, and this is a good running back draft. So that's a very solid move if you need running backs. I mean, he's got his choice of the litter now, and so yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, having Justin Jefferson is awesome, but we don't know who's throwing him the ball. I mean, he's a kingmaker. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of intangibles there, and you still don't know. So I don't think he's going to have as good of a year, And Odunze, I think, is actually going to have an uptick this year. The Bears have been working on their line. I mean, it's on paper. It seems like they're doing
the
some
off-season kings, man. The off-season
king.
Hey, they're doing it the right way, though. I hate on them a lot. But this is the first time where I can say the Bears are off-season kings by doing it the right way.
They're actually signing some big-name players, some leaders. Like, they're not just getting bottom of the barrel. Yeah, they're not getting bottom of the barrel.
It's all about the trenches.
Yeah, so – yeah, I mean, it's.
Yep, I'm with it. I do think it's funny that it's always humorous to me when I see Ian or Kraft man giving the Bears some props. But I'll say about this
not
trade.
For long.
I typed it into the motherfucking calculator. This one right here. Fair trade. I mean, the one with the 101 and the 102 is obviously got a slightly value difference because people love picks. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to value them real high. But typed it into the calculator. Even trade, and I think in real life, me and you, Crabman, see this as a even trade because
it
can't just helps out both sides. One person gets a stud. Yeah. So
fuck them even trades, man. What's going on with these? I want to see somebody get ripped off.
Yeah, let's just slide it over. We got a couple smaller trades real quick, and then we'll go to some keep trade cuts. But this one right here was one me and you did, and these are players that I feel like off the top.
That is not how you spell DK Metcalf.
Oh, well, hell.
DK Metcalf.
Sorry, motherfucker.
Hey,
that boy, man, him dumb as fuck.
Hey, you should have put two T's on there because that's the guy you got, DK Metcalf. That's your guy right there, ain't it?
Yeah. So I'll put it like this: I had Jaden Reed. Crabman has DK Metcalf. I really, honestly feel like these are just two guys that we were both wanting to get rid of. I was wanting to get rid of Jaden Reed, and I was trying to pair him up. I was trying to pair him up with anybody. Waddle, try to slide me a running back or something. So when you sent me Metcalf, I really didn't think about it that much because I was like, fuck it. Like, I don't even know if DK will do anything in Pittsburgh. But Jaden Reed, I'm just going to be honest. That Jaden Reed, I don't know if I just got burnt by him and I don't like him, but I'm just saying Jaden Reed last year, I got burnt by him. He had a great start, but it kind of fell off. And I've been seeing it when the Packers, they don't really view Jaden Reed as a wide receiver one for their team. I think even when Christian Watson was on the field, they really wanted him to be the wide receiver one still. And that motherfucker's hurt every 4 or 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things where it was like, maybe the DK Metcalf is probably higher in the dynasty ranking. I really don't even know.
I think Metcalf's definitely ahead by it ain't by a whole lot. You got in ADP this year, you got DK Metcalf at wide receiver 30. You got Jaden Reed at wide receiver 36. But the difference in age, you got, DK's going on. He's 27 years old. Jaden Reed is 24. And this is the kind of stuff that I kind of talk about a decent bit in, retooling instead of rebuilding. Like I did win the championship last year in this league. DK Metcalf didn't have nothing to do with it. He sat on the bench the entire season. I didn't start him at all. And then he goes to the Steelers. I mean, he could be okay. And Jaden Reed it's not a player that I love. Like, I'm a Packers fan, but as far as fantasy goes, he is bipolar as hell. I mean, on one game, off the other.
Right. I know Ian wants to hop in here real quick. But DK Metcalf, like, when I was accepted to trade for DK Metcalf, like, you got to understand, on this podcast, even with Swizzy, like, we're not guys that are high on DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? Like, going to Pittsburgh, the only reason why I would even accept this trade is because he just signed 4 years or whatever for whatever money. So, he's locked in for a little while and got the contract. But as far as, like, Pittsburgh in itself, like, it's not like I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, Metcalf, DK Metcalf. He'll be my fourth receiver on my team, so I'm not going to exactly depend on him. But, I mean, that's even if he's better than Wall. He might be my fifth receiver for all I know. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm not really high on DK, but I sure ain't high on Jaden Reed either. I'm not really high on either of these, so I feel like this was like an even trade for me and Kraft because we trying to ship these dudes out. And I guess give me one guy, at least give Kraft man his guy.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think about this?
Yeah, speaking of shipping off Jaden Reed, you shipped him off to me.
Yes, I did.
That's because I want Jaden Reed. I like Jaden Reed, and especially the comparison between Reed and Metcalf. By the way, you spelled Metcalf wrong.
We already pointed that out when you were gone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Stupid ass motherfucker.
It's all right
here, man. Stupid ass.
That's so funny, though.
Contrary to popular belief, man, you're not perfect. So, but so earlier in the offseason, actually January 27th, so I guess even before the Super Bowl, I traded Austin the 25 first round pick for Jaden Reed in the third. And I like Jaden Reed. I mean, I know he hasn't been perfect. He hasn't been great, but he's got a great quarterback throwing to him on a team that has always had great receivers. Even if you're not the number one receiver, it seems like somehow they still get fed the ball. And
it's because Aaron Rodgers was the guy that fed everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like, but in Aaron Rodgers' first or second year, I mean, he didn't really do anything miraculous. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think he won Rookie of the Year.
I mean, he sat the bench for a while, first 2 years, but back then it was like Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, and James Jones. So I mean, they all ate, but
yeah,
off topic.
Yeah,
sure.
But
go ahead, Ian.
When it comes to the comparison between Jaden and Metcalf, I mean, I think that's a no-brainer to me for sure. I mean, and like you said, going to Pittsburgh, and then I'm honestly skeptical about receivers or really any player that I'm drafting, any star position player signing a contract. Like it always seems to me, as soon as they sign that contract, they do bad. They have at least one bad year right after that contract, and I try to get players that are on the last year of their contract because no matter what, they're fighting for a job, whether it's with that team or it's with somebody else. And they always seem to be more productive. And that's, I guess, more of like a redraft strategy, something you can't really control in Dynasty. I mean, you can, but, is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, I think the winner in this is going to be the Jaden Reed. And like I said, I mean, I like Jaden. I mean, I am a Packers fan, but I think he's one of those receivers that can blossom here in the next year or two. And if he doesn't, I mean, I trade you a first-round pick for him. No telling what that could be. It could be badass. But my first-round pick is really bad. So, I think it's at 1-9, actually.
Yeah, the 1-9. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I hope Jaden does great because I got him on my team. But
I get Jaden Reed in one and I ship him off in the other. I mean, that kind of tells you how I felt about him. But that kind of tells you how I feel about Metcalf with the Steelers too. And I mean, I really just wanted to get a little bit younger. I mean, I was looking at 2025. Maybe Metcalf outscores him by 50 points on the season. But is that better than getting 3 years younger? I mean, I don't know. That's kind of, if Matt wins the championship this year and Metcalf's a big part of it, maybe that matters.
We'll see. Almost the last one. Breece Hall, 104. I mean, this one right here is the reason why this one's a good one to bring up is because Breece Hall's value is, up in the air. I mean, I know I've seen all kinds of reports. We're talking like Jets want to use all their running backs. Breece Hall just in the fantasy world got a little stank on him just because he had a tough year last year and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm not that worried about Breece Hall. Like, I think if you graded out Breece Hall with a lot of these running backs that we think are fucking stacked this year, he's probably better than every one of them except for one, maybe two. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the 104. I mean, I feel like this is about as even as a fucking trade can get, really, if you really want a guy like Breece Hall. Because, I mean, what can you buy Breece Hall? If you send a late first, you're not getting Breece Hall no matter how bad he was last year. So this right here, early first, I mean, even as fuck, and I got to say this, depends on where your team's at. If I'm winning, I want Breece Hall. Wouldn't mind shipping off. I'm always all for shipping off running backs because their values go up and high, up and down. They're like cryptos. Wide receivers and stocks, Breece Hall, running backs, they're cryptos. That shit's going everywhere. So if you want to sell them high, go ahead and sell them high. What say you, Kraft, man?
I mean, the funny story about this is that I got Breece Hall off of M for the 105, and I was like, I instantly regretted it. I was like, let me see if I can get the 104 for Breece, because I got to thinking, I was like, man, Justin Fields is there. Braylon Allen's starting to get, like, he was actually better in between the tackles last year. Breece Hall's kind of like, I mean, he's still super talented, but he was used more as he was just special in the passing game, but he wasn't special in between the tackles, and he kind of faded off as that 3-down running back that you really, really want.
Yeah.
So I mean, you shipped him off too. So me and you both have a dog in this fight.
Right. And go back to what you were saying about him getting used a little less and more of a specialized role. I think that might have to do with the injury still lingering, maybe. But, yeah, no, I'm a huge believer in Breece. I mean, I held him. I drafted him when we did the startup draft in 2022. I drafted him with the 307. I was like, Breece is still here? Okay. And he played like some or most of that year, and I held him the whole time he was hurt. He was just on the bottom of my bench, and I was like, I know he's good. I know he's great. And then he come back and had a ball-out year for me last year or the year before last.
Yeah.
And, everybody was like, Breece Hall. I was like, no, I want to keep him. And then I played with him last year, and he was a little inefficient. And I saw an opportunity to upgrade. I mean, but at the same time, going back to like we're all saying, is it depends on team need. In my team, I have Jameer, I have Achan, I have Isaiah Pacheco, and a few other, so I'm not hurt, you know what I mean? And I feel like I can get one of these great running backs that are coming out, in this draft. So, I felt like it was a good time that I could get off of him. But, I mean, his most productive year was without a really good quarterback. So, I don't know,
Zach
man.
Wilson and them guys.
Yeah, so he's one of those players that's just like got the talent for sure, but you just don't know. Kind of how Derrick Henry was early in his year. I mean, there was a couple years we picked him in early rounds in the redraft league, and we were just like, damn it, dude. Like, I know he's got it, but he's not there yet. And then all of a sudden he just started being the man, And so I feel like that could be what Breece, the trajectory Breece goes down. But, I mean, Derrick Henry is a different monster. I mean,
I'm scared of Braylon Allen around the goal line is one of my main. Yeah, I think Braylon Allen's probably. Yeah. I mean, he probably is going to be a pretty good backup. Or, I mean, you can call him a handcuff, you can call him whatever you want, but he's going to take some carries from Breece. I mean, the coaching staff said the other day that they got 3 good running backs. That's not a good sign.
Right.
It's not a good sign.
Nah. I'm with it. And another fear that I would have with Breece Hall is like the year that he was really good. Well, remind me, Kraft. Did he get hurt his rookie year? I can't remember his rookie year.
It was his rookie year, and then he came back, and then was the RB4 2 years ago.
But that year was the RB4. That offense was so shitty, and Zach Wilson was the quarterback. Breece Hall got a lot of dump offs, and he was like the offense that year. So it's like I always stay consistent. Like I was consistent when Najee came out. Najee had 100 targets that year. When I know that shit's going to go down, I don't see Justin Fields dumping it off to Breece Hall as much as, some of these. I mean, I thought Aaron Rodgers was really going to hop on it last year. You know what I'm saying?
I did too.
But so it's like I have a little bit of fears with Breece Hall. Talent-wise, there's no debate. This is like a trade where it's like you're betting on talent a little bit over what the perceived situation is.
Yeah. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Aaron Rodgers isn't a quarterback I really think about that really dumps it off to the running back all that much. And not saying that he wouldn't, but I think they had him behind that offensive line that was just horrendous. And he's not a mobile quarterback. He can't move around like that. He needs a little bit of time. I mean, he's a great scrambler, great scrambling quarterback. And that's when he does most of his damage. And he likes to look down the field. But they could never set up the passing game. Never. And so they just stacked the box on Breece, pretty much. I mean, it was, unfortunate for him.
Bad offense.
Yeah, it was just an all-around bad offense. And so it's just gonna depend. I mean, Saquon Barkley always did fine in New York, I feel like he's kind of with the same thing. And I feel like as long as he stays healthy, he'll get a good contract somewhere. You know what I mean? Because he's Matt always laughs at me, but I always look at the off the field stuff, like the way you handle yourself and the way you talk in press conferences and whether or not you're doing all this flashy. And he's not like that. I feel like he's a really hard-nosed, like, football guy. And so I feel like if he has an opportunity to go somewhere, that'll be amazing for him. But I don't know.
It's almost like you always, when these running backs move places, you're always worried about them. But it's like, I don't even know if I'm worried about if Breece Hall.
I think it'd be an upgrade.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, all right, man. Look, fellas, we're going to switch it up just a little bit. We're going to add a little keep, trade, cut to the mix. I just want to, for people out there, if you're new to keep, trade, cut, we're going to name 3 players out there. And basically, you got to keep, you trade, or you cut. If we're talking real football, I mean, obviously, the names that we're going to bring up, you're obviously not cutting them. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some of these trades, we'll say we'll trade this person. Yeah, in fantasy football, you're probably not going to trade them. This right here is just a good exercise to see where the values of some of these guys are. Because if their value's too high, maybe you want to trade them. Maybe if this player got some stank on them, maybe you want to cut them. You know what I'm saying? Because in Dynasty football, it's like a balance. This is what I've learned, Kraft, man, from playing Dynasty football. It's a balance of, do you want points in your lineup, or do you want value and, maybe some youth, that type of stuff like that. So we just, real quick, first one, Isaiah Pacheco, the 2.0, the 203, and then Travis Etienne, a couple running backs who got some stank on them. These running backs got some stank on them right here. And the 203, me and Kraft, man, we've been doing rookie stuff, but just think the 203 is like maybe a running back. And there might be a couple wide receivers out there at this point. Me and Kraft, we got to see some landing spots before we start giving y'all some rookie mock drafts. Me and Kraft, man, we don't go out there and say, we ain't going to put an episode out on rookies and then be like, well, it depends on the landing spot and do that shit for an hour.
It's like Caleb Johnson. It's a Caleb Johnson type area.
I'm thinking like maybe Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, maybe 203.
Yeah. Like, those kind
we're talking all dynasty here, Ian. This is all dynasty.
I mean, I am too.
203 rookie draft.
Chuba, I mean, I don't know. Brian Robinson. I'm just
So
trying
I'm saying it's Pacheco, the 203 in your
I know.
rookie drafts. So you're talking about like Caleb Johnson, somebody like that, or Travis Etienne. So this
Well,
is
I'm
all.
saying if you traded the 203, who could you get for him?
Oh,
Is what I'm saying.
okay, I got you.
You
Oh,
get someone.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I.
Word.
That's
I
kind
know
of
what Ian's saying now, though. Okay. I got you. Yeah. So Ian's bringing up, possible players you could trade for the 203. Craftman brings up somebody and Caleb Johnson and stuff. I'm gonna be honest though, Craftman. If Caleb Johnson at the 203, I'd take him over Pacheco and ETN personally.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, my thing. All right. Here's what I would do. I would keep Travis Etienne. I would trade the 203 and then I'd cut Pacheco. Because I'm going to be real, I got Pacheco on some of my teams. I was high on him last year. I ain't high on him this year. I don't really see him sticking there. I know last year he at the end of the year, I know he's got some stank on him. He broke his leg or whatever. He played like he broke his leg in a you know what I'm saying? Like, you break your leg, like, you're going to be sorry. So,
right.
but the thing is most of the times we would view him as a buy low. I don't really view him as a buy low. I view him just cut him. I'm trying to ship him off. If I
Well,
could trade Pacheco for the 203 today, I would.
it's just the unfortunate, situation of where Pacheco got hurt and he lost a lot of the steam. I mean, he's already was he undrafted or seventh? I think he was like a 7th round pick. So
7.
like you get injured like that, even though you won a Super Bowl with that team and you played very well through it. But the way this draft is going this year, with it being such a deep running back class, and then the Chiefs are picking in the late first, they got like 2 back-to-back picks right there. Even in the 3rd round, it's like, because they got Kareem Hunt, who's older, Pacheco, they might be looking at a running back. I mean, there's a lot of mock drafts that say they are looking at a running back. So, I mean, if it's something that I'd have to do right now, I would say I would keep ETN. I would trade Pacheco and I'd cut the 203. So that's where I'm at right now. I still think Pacheco has a chance of surviving this draft and coming back next year being okay. But I think ETN has a better opportunity.
Mala,
Well,
you want to go ahead? Ian.
yeah. Well, I think both of you are morons.
Go ahead.
Because I mean,
Say what you got to say.
Keeping Travis Etienne. I mean, that's my obvious cut. That's my obvious cut. I mean, I'm trading the 203 and I'm keeping Pacheco. I mean, he's on a better team. He's going to have the opportunities. He's the number one back there for sure. ETN, I don't know if he's the number one back, even if he stays healthy. I mean, like I said, you could get somebody like Mixon or Hubbard maybe for that 203. I mean, I'm thinking keep Pacheco, trade the 2, and then drop ETN. I mean, that's all me right there.
I like it. I do like that answer right there, though, man. Let's slide on to the next one because we got a few of these. We got Chris Olave, we got Brandon Ayuk, and we got Jalen Waddle, who really got some stank on his name for me a little bit. But, yeah, Kraft, man, this was one of the toughest ones, I'd say. I mean, maybe not all the way. Because Brandon Ayuk, we were discussing it before the pod, and it's like, well, I've never been
hard, man.
Yeah, it's like I ain't the biggest Brandon Ayuk guy, but his value is pretty low compared to what we're talking about with these guys right here.
I'll take it away. I kind of got it.
Is it easy for you, Ian? Is this easy?
It wasn't. I mean, it took a second, but so I'm thinking my cut candidate is going to be Chris Olave. I mean, he's got good talent, but I don't like the team and stuff. The next 2 was a little more difficult, but I went straight to who could I get more for in a trade, and I feel like that's Brandon Ayuk, honestly, right now.
What if I told you Olave and ADP? I know it ain't going to change your mind, but Olave is going ahead of both them guys.
Is he?
It's insane.
I mean, he hadn't showed it to me.
He's going as wide receiver 20. Jalen Waddle's wide receiver 26 in startup dynasty drafts, and Brandon Ayuk is wide receiver 33.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play last year, but I mean, he's got, in my opinion, a better quarterback. I mean, Derek Carr's okay, but I think I honestly think he's better. He's going to be there together. talent-wise, I think Olave's got it. But I just feel
Concussions.
like I just don't. I don't feel like that New Orleans has got it all together yet. And this year might be a drop for San Francisco, but Ayuk is locked in there, and they're locking in Purdy, and he's the number one guy there on a team that's known to do good with one of the best coaches in the NFL who knows how to get people, the best out of their players. Whereas, I mean, the Saints aren't that right now, and if Olave goes somewhere else, I feel like it would be, but I don't feel like I want to cut Jalen Waddle. I'm definitely not cutting Ayuk, so I feel like I'd cut Olave before, and I'd hold Waddle and trade Ayuk, I think, on that one.
I mean, this one's hard because they got sorry, Matt, I'll let you. I'm just gonna say one thing, but they all got injury concerns. Chris Olave got concussion concerns. Brandon Ayuk's coming off of ACL. Jalen Waddle has a quarterback who has concussion, problems, and he's hurt all the damn time. So, Matt, go ahead. I'll give you my answer. I'm gonna think about it for a sec.
Yeah, mine. I'm gonna just keep it quick for me because Olave is a clear cut for me. Like, I don't even know what If people hating on Tua, just think about all the publicity that Tua and shit got. Like, Chris Olave is on that type of trajectory. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some trades go down for Olave this year where it's like his name definitely can get some. His name definitely helps him with some trades for some reason because that motherfucker. I don't know, man. I just want to stay away. I'll cut him, and then I would trade Ayuk. But this is what I want to say about Ayuk. I think he should have the highest value of all these guys. He just signed a contract last year and got paid and ain't he a first round draft pick and all that stuff? I mean, so what I'm saying is I view Waddle as a buy low. So it's like I feel like his name could definitely get you some value, but Ayuk would be the one that I would trade. But the thing is I've always thought of Ayuk as one of those guys that's hard to trade. Like his name doesn't really pop off like other people do. Being behind Debo. Now this year, even this year with no Debo around, it's like Juwan Jennings is there. Brock Purdy's got some rapport with him. You got what's his face? First round draft pick last year, white guy.
What's
the white guy's name? Ricky Pearsall.
Oh, Pearsall, yeah.
Ricky Pearsall's in the building, so yeah, and you're right, Kittle. So it's like Brandon Ayuk has some upside for me too, but you should be able to trade him and get more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Should.
And keep Waddle.
Go ahead, Kraft.
Yeah. I'm in lockstep with you guys on this one. I'm cutting Olave, I'm trading Ayuk, and I'm keeping Waddle. I mean, the only thing that I could say about this one is this is Dynasty. In next year's redraft, I probably would draft Olave first in a redraft setting over these guys. But in Dynasty, I'm with Ian. Like I don't know what this quarterback situation is going to look like for Olave. He's hurt all the time with concussions.
Is Olave? Is he on the end of his contract?
I don't think so.
He's like this will be his third year.
Okay.
So, but I mean, he's had like 3 or 4 concussions. I mean, he's in the same boat as Tua.
I mean, he missed the back half of the year because of concussions. Like that's not good, man. No. You can view him as a buy low, but
I'm with you.
It's one of those things. The only time I really ever had a problem with the concussion thing is when they tried to retire Tua. Like if Chris Olave wants to play football, let him play football. But the thing is, there ain't no discussion like that for Olave. I mean, I feel like he's in more of a fire than
they all want to play football, but at the same time, I mean, somebody got to save you from yourself sometimes. With the whole
could be true. I'm with you, but let's slide over Potty Pooper. Let's do another one, man.
What you got, bruh?
We got George Kittle. Got some tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Some tight ends. You got to mix it up a little bit. We got George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Tyler Warren, rookie. We slide a rookie up here.
Okay.
Because rookie from Penn State got all the hype. He'll be with the tight end. He'll be the wide receiver, not wide receiver. He'll be the tight end one in this draft. And he is real good. The thing is like, how me and Kraft, I know there's Sam Laporta out there had a good year. I know there's Brock Bowers that had a good year. But to this day, I'm going to sit here and say it, just like on the description of the show. If you scroll down, it's going to say, fuck those tight ends. So when I say fuck those tight ends, I really want to keep George Kittle. because I
Send them
know
to
George
me.
Kittle's gonna come in. George Kittle's gonna help me win. I'm gonna cut T.J. Hawkinson,
Every other
and I'm
week.
gonna and I'm gonna trade Tyler Warren just because his value is up so high, and he's a rookie, and it's probably valued like the 107 or whatever. I know Kraft is taking a BRP, but Hawkinson was ADP wise was right there around Tyler Warren. It's like I'm cut. I mean Tyler Warren, he's got to have more value than that. Like I'm not taking T.J. Hawkinson like at the 107, 108 type deal. So I would keep Kittle. I'm cutting Hawkinson. I'm trading Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
And what you think?
Yeah, man, and it depends on where Tyler Warren goes, but I think he'll be good. I think he'll be good anywhere for the most part. It just depends on if he gets the opportunities. But I think I would cut Kittle because I feel like Hawkinson is he's on the uptick. I mean, he's come back from injury. He's a very energetic player. I feel like he's kind of a younger Kittle, I mean, Kittle's a legend, but like I was saying, 50%, I mean, a lot of the time Kittle is used as a blocker, and so he gives you a lot of boom and bust, boom and bust. I feel like it would be more of a level playing with Hawkinson. And I feel like I would trade Warren, because you could probably get more value for him than either of the other two.
Well, how old do y'all think George Kittle is right now?
33.
What do you say, Matt?
Yeah, I want to say he was younger than what we think. I'll just say 30.
Yeah, he's 31. T.J. Hawkinson's 27, and then Tyler Warren, the rookie. But man, this is tough. So, I don't even know. That's just really hard. But T.J. Hawkinson in a full PPR league, I think T.J. Hawkinson is going to have a lot of value, like especially in tight end premium where you're getting points for the reception. But as much as I talk about it, I'm keeping Kittle. I can't get rid of Kittle. We just talked about Brandon Ayuk in the last one where it's like he's coming off an injury. You got Ricky Pearsall there. Is he going to be great? Is he going to be good? We don't know. But the only thing we know for sure about this offense is that George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey are good as shit when they're on the field. And Kittle don't seem like he's slowing down at all. It didn't seem to me like yards after catch. I mean, he's still breaking tackles left and right. T.J. Hawkinson just seems more of a, catch and fall down type tight end. And then, I'm trading Tyler Warren. I'm keeping George Kittle. I'm cutting T.J. Hawkinson.
Tyler Warren he got the most value right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to trade.
So it's like,
yeah.
Let's put it all over, man. This is the heat check one, the Tucker Kraft heat check. Kraft man wanted to see where he stands. So we got another. I got to write down my time stamp, Kraft man. But Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts, Dalton Kincaid, and listen, I'm gonna hand it over to you, but I'm gonna just say Kyle Pitts is my cut. But go ahead, Kraft man.
Oh man, with this one, I mean, I know I put it in there because I really did want to see where Tucker Kraft was going as far as Dynasty goes. He's going right behind David Njoku at tight end 11 in these, but Kyle Pitts is going ahead of him. And Dalton Kincaid's ADP is 84, so you're talking 7th round or so. Tucker Kraft's going at ADP 103, so you're talking a couple rounds later. I mean, I believe in Tucker Kraft more than I do Kyle Pitts at this point. Even though Kyle Pitts is still getting drafted over him, I think you have to trade Dalton Kincaid because he's got the most value still because he's younger. But I mean, with Tucker Kraft, I'm gonna keep Tucker Kraft. I'm gonna trade Dalton Kincaid, and I'm gonna cut Kyle Pitts. That feels kind of weird to say though.
I mean, but I get where you're at, man, and I think, and when you do this keep trade cut, I mean, you kind of got to value it like we were saying, like who can you get the most for your trade and stuff like that. And honestly, Tucker Kraft, I don't feel like you could really get a lot for the trade, so he's either keep or cut. And the thing is, the thing is between Kyle and Kincaid when it comes to trading, I think probably in mine and Austin's league, since we're like in Georgia, we got a bunch of people are Atlanta Falcons fans. Me and him might be able to get more for Kyle Pitts than maybe somebody else, but I feel like Dalton Kincaid is the better player, and you could probably get more for him. I mean,
Is he the better player? Dalton Kincaid has kind of had like a Kyle Pitts type trajectory, and he hasn't lived up to that yet. Like Kyle Pitts has been in the league longer, where it's just like, man, fuck Kyle Pitts. Like, how many opportunities can I give you? If Dalton Kincaid did what he did last year, this coming year, we're going to be saying the same damn thing.
Maybe I don't think so, because he wasn't hyped up like Kyle Pitts was, and Kyle Pitts has the athleticism, and he looks good, but
I don't think he looks good personally.
I mean,
Kyle Pitts. Yeah, the thing about Pitts is he's the highest drafted tight end in NFL history. Dalton Kincaid ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Pitts. I mean, he's just a fuck.
But with the Kincaid
for that shit.
The Kincaid landing spot, though, with the lack of receivers, that Stephon Diggs left, and it was just like maybe he wasn't drafted as high as Kyle Pitts, but it was like, man, the opportunity for Kincaid is just outstanding. Why can't he, get these Travis Kelce type targets? Why can't he do this?
He's not developed yet. I'm sure that Buffalo offense is very complex and complicated, and it doesn't really utilize tight ends like a lot of other ones. Neither does Atlanta, But like Matt was saying, I mean, he got drafted early. He had all this hype on him, and Kincaid didn't. And that goes back to something me and Austin talk about all the time, because we all kind of value, draft capital, where like they actually get drafted in the league differently. In my opinion, I feel like when you get drafted doesn't really matter. It's all about where you go. You know what I mean? I feel like when you get drafted, all that determines is how much you get paid. You know what I mean? And if Dalton Kincaid would have went to Atlanta and had all the hype, and Kyle Pitts would have went to Buffalo, I feel like Kyle Pitts probably would have balled out in Buffalo. But he went to Atlanta, who has no fan base. They have, quarterback carousel, owner that's probably part of the mob. You know what I mean? And it's just a weird place.
Sorry ass owner. Sorry as fuck.
I mean,
that's all I'm gonna say.
He doesn't love football. It's just not like just don't have that culture there like you do in Buffalo. And but like I said, I mean, Kyle Pitts has the name value, and I mean, I traded Dalton Kincaid to yours truly up there for Mark Andrews. But I was sitting on Sam Laporta and somebody else too, and I was like, I would go ahead and get this, because before I traded it offseason last year, and he was like the number 2 tight end. I was like, I'll take a veteran guy. We got a tight end premium league, already got Sam Laporta, and so I just seen a value in that trade. But
I think you got more than that too. I think it was like, I think you got a second out of it or something.
Might have been a pick in there.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think I'll cut. I think I'll cut Kraft. Hold on to Kincaid and trade Pitts. No, I'm cutting Pitts. Holding Kraft and trading Kincaid.
All right, Kraft. I'm gonna cut Pitts. Obviously, I'm gonna trade Tucker Kraft, and I'm gonna keep Dalton Kincaid, because Dalton Kincaid last year. I don't know if you remember, Kraft, man. Before the season came in, I was up in here like Dalton Kincaid's gonna be this and that and that and this. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. I'm gonna run it back, and if it don't work this year, then maybe I'll fade Dalton Kincaid a little bit. But Tucker Kraft, his value is just it's tight ends. His value is just
nothing
high enough where I know I can get.
Like I said, he's down there with David Njoku right now. As far as
he's really only a couple spots. He's really only a couple spots lower than Pitts and Kincaid.
That is insane. That Pitts is still, I don't know, man. Just that one drives me up the wall. And then for my Falcons fans, because I'm a Falcons fan, but nobody hates Falcons fans more than I hate Falcons fans. I'm just being honest. That Kyle Pitts trade is the dumbest pick in the history. It's just a Falcons type deal, man. Well, anyways, man, what's up, man? You want to slide to the next one, man?
Well, I was just saying what I was looking at is Kincaid. I got Kincaid at 7, Pitts at 9, and then Kraft at 11. So they're pretty close right there within each other, but the name value is totally different.
You're right. Tucker Kraft ain't got no name
Yep.
value. You can't trade Tucker Kraft.
None.
You just
I
hold
agree.
you hold
But,
him
heck,
if you got him.
But according to this, he's got the talent. So yeah, I feel like that's your obvious hold, and then figure out which one you can get more for between the other two.
I agree.
man, let's just
Man,
slide over.
fuck tight ends, man. That's
I love
Fuck
tight
them
ends.
tight ends. Fuck them all. Fuck them all, tight ends.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says "I love tight ends" and wear it on here every time.
Hey, for those of y'all, if you do love tight ends, check the description on the Fake Stuff Podcast if you don't mind. Right here, we got Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. This is a tough keep trade cut right here. About as tough as you get. So obviously, I just want to say we probably wouldn't cut any of these, and these two have obviously these guys have been in some trades.
You got to, though.
Joe Burrow, Jalen,
you got to.
It's the name of the motherfucking game. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it right now. Top of the dome right here, because this was a tough one. I think I'm gonna trade Jaden Daniels. That joker's going as a dynasty quarterback 1 and some shit. So and he could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't hating on him. Like, I don't want to hate on him at all. But that sophomore slump, it's fucking coming. We all know it. Let's stop playing like it ain't. Jaden Daniels, let's trade him right now. Give me motherfucking the thing is I gotta trade Joe Burrow because people don't like Jalen Hurts. I'm just being real. So give me Jalen Hurts and I'll trade Joe Burrow with Jamar. He got a lot of Joe Burrow's good, but he's a pocket passer too, so he's gonna have some down years. So just give me Jalen Hurts for the next 2. I'll trade Jaden Daniels out of here and get me a fuck ton. You better give me a fuck ton if I'm trading Jaden Daniels. So, but go ahead, crap man, tough one.
Yeah, no shit. And I do have to admit this. I listened to the Fantasy Footballers. They had this same one on there. So, we kind of took this one, made it into our own. But I just felt like it was just a great, keep trade cut because it's super freaking difficult. But man, so we're talking about 6 points for passing touchdown. We're not talking about 4. This one just kills me. I'm keeping Jaden Daniels. I believe in Jaden Daniels. I want that rushing upside. I'm not keeping him. I know he got the most value, and there's a reason he's got the most value. So then Dynasty, keeping Jaden Daniels. I'm going to trade Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to cut Joe Burrow, unfortunately. But like you said, pocket passers, they had their up and down years. Joe Burrow's had a little bit more injury. Even though he's the pocket guy, he's been hurt a lot more than Jalen Hurts. So I got to cut Joe Burrow, unfortunately.
Damn, man, this is tough. But honestly, man, if we're talking dynasty, dude, we're looking at longevity. I am trading Joe Burrow, and I'm going to keep Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, come to the dark side, baby. Let's go.
I'm going to keep Jaden Daniels and cut Hurts, man. I mean, I like it, and he's got a great team and a great offensive line, but I feel like over the longevity of 3-4 years, I feel like Burrow is going to end up being better. Jalen Hurts is probably going to have more injuries. I don't know. Joe Burrow does take a lot of sacks, but at the same time, Jalen Hurts he gets in the shit all the time, and Jaden Daniels is up and coming, and he does both really good. So I think you could get a lot for Jaden Daniels, but I feel like I'd keep him in a dynasty league and trade off Burrow.
Yeah, man, just trust me for being a Jalen Hurts owner for years. I mean, I've had Jalen Hurts in both leagues. In my dynasty leagues for years, I traded Jalen Hurts in one, but I held him in another. And when you watch them games, it's not exciting at all. You're like, what the hell is he doing? Like, are you ever going to get any fantasy points out of this guy? And then at the end of the game, he's got 25. And you're like, how the hell did he get 25 points? Yeah. because he rushes for a touchdown a game. I mean, he averages around 15 rushing touchdowns a year from the from the QB sneak, from the tush push. So it's like you take them points, but it's ugly when you get them.
And with Joe Burrow and Daniels, I feel like you know, it's almost guaranteed you get that occasional 40, 50-point game. You know what I mean? Whereas Jalen, you hadn't really seen that. I mean, but Burrow does it time and time again.
You got Saquon there.
Burrow does it time and time again, so.
All right. Well, the toughest one of the night, that was. I did like that one. Let's slide it over. Baker, Jordan Love,
Spell Jordan wrong.
But yeah, boy, Matt Hammond just dumb as fuck, man.
We got our intern. Our intern did all this stuff, so we're happy.
He's fired.
We're going to fire
fired on the spot. So we got Jordan Love. Ignore the spelling.
Jordan. No, it's Jordan.
Jordan.
You know what? The thing is this one don't look as bad as that DK Metcalf one. That one was looking rough. I had to get rid of that one. But all right, Baker, Jordan Love, Drake May, keep trade cut. So I guess this is what I'll do. I'm going to keep Baker, and I'm going to win me a championship. I'm going to cut your little motherfucking Packers quarterback, and then I'm going to take Drake May and trade his ass because I just think he's got the most value right now. To me, he's definitely got more value than these two guys over here because I think Baker was good as fuck, but I feel like people don't view Baker like we would view Baker. You know what I'm saying? I think some people are just like Baker Mayfield, yada, yada. They don't really like him. But Jordan Love, I had to get on the Kraft, man. Everybody want to hate on Kyler Murray and this and that. Jordan Love was fucking trash last year. That's all I'm going to say. I'm cutting Jordan Love. I'm trading Drake May.
This is the easiest one for me. Go ahead, Ian. Go ahead, Ian. It's easy for me.
I mean, I don't know which Baker Mayfield you was watching last year, but I feel like he did pretty swell. I mean, definitely nowhere near my cut. I'm cutting.
No, he said he was keeping him.
I'm keeping him. I'm cutting your boy. I'm cutting your guy. Sorry, motherfucker.
Well, you also said, and the other thing I disagree with, you said Drake May has the most trade value, and I think that's totally wrong. I mean, we've only seen him play a couple games, man. I mean, he's my obvious cut. I'm probably trading Baker because you can get more for him, and then keeping J-Lo.
You ain't getting nothing for Baker. I'm just telling you that right now. Ain't nobody out there buying Baker Mayfield.
You get more for him than Jordan Love?
No. I don't even get more for Jordan Love than Baker Mayfield.
Well, that's what he said. I didn't cut. Well, what did you say, Ian? You say you cut Drake May, you're trading Jordan Love, or you keeping him?
I'm keeping Jordan Love and trading Baker because I think I can get some more. But he said he would trade May, cut Love, and keep Baker.
Got a little disagreeing. Kraft, man, where you at?
Beautiful.
Oh, man, this is an easy cut. I mean, the cut's easy. Drake May, get out of here. I like Drake May. I mean, I do like Drake May. But the Patriots, their wide receiver core is pretty trash. So I like points in my lineup, and I'm gonna keep Jordan Love. And
you like points to your lineup, so you're gonna keep Jordan Love? Oh.
I'm gonna keep Jordan Love. Just yeah, I know Baker did outscore him last year, but man. You got me second guessing, Matt. Like this is one of them arguments that you can actually win me over. Usually, I'm like hard on what I say, but you can win me over. Go ahead and talk me into it.
We just did. Check out our last episode, one of our last episodes, Superflex mock draft. Man, Baker Mayfield went at the 312. You went with him at a 312, took him as your second quarterback. It's like, I know you look Baker for the points. If you're talking about points, Baker's going to get them over Jordan Love and Drake May combined, probably. I'm just saying Jordan Love.
His receiving core is older. Opinion.
His receiving core is older. Yes, and Jordan Love to me is a buy low. I'm just shitting on him really because you two are in here. It's funnier that way. So, but I would go get Jordan Love and put him on my team.
You don't see any Clemson players in here, do you?
Not, we will on the next one. But I mean, Drake May. I mean, I don't know. I get you. I understand why you would cut him. Baker's the easy keep though to me.
Yeah, that's really the only reason in Dynasty. Whereas I love Baker. I would definitely draft Baker in redraft, but his receiving core is older. I mean, Green Bay got the youngest team in the NFL, and most of them are wide receivers. I mean,
yeah. And Baker's older too than Jordan Love, and I mean,
I don't look at quarterbacks like that in Dynasty where it's like a 5-year difference or whatever. Like it don't mean shit to me. I mean, I love Baker. He's one of the funnest quarterbacks. So he will outscore Jordan Love next year. There's no doubt.
But who do you think you could get more value for? Love or Mayfield?
It depends on what league you're in. I mean, in doo-doo, you're definitely getting the most for Drake May because all these folks out there just love some young QBs that play on shit teams. So I would try. I mean, in this one, I'm cutting Drake May, but I'm still going to keep Jordan Love, and I'm going to
trade Baker.
Yeah, I guess I'll trade Baker. Unfortunately, I like me some Baker though.
All right,
I think Baker, even though he was good, I feel like even though I'm gonna switch it right here, but even though Baker was good, I still think he's attainable. Slide it on over T Law, my guy T Law. I'll never. Go ahead, Kraft.
I was just gonna say your spelling is right on this one. It's kind of.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, he didn't misspell nothing, but I wasn't gonna say nothing, dude. I wasn't even gonna say nothing.
Right. Penix and JJ McCarthy in the mix, and these are all guys I've invested in. All three of these in some league, some form or fashion. Maybe not T-Law, but he's my guy, so I'm invested in him. Listen, man, I would go buy T-Law now if I could. The thing is people who got him know your league because the people who got him, you can't get them from. Michael Penix, Craftman knows. I ain't never doubted Michael Penix before I ever knew he was on the Falcons. I was saying Michael Penix, I was ranking him ahead of McCarthy, May, whatever rookie quarterback you had out there. I was saying Penix was 3, but you could convince me into 2 at the time.
That's true.
JJ McCarthy's one of those guys. His value's high. You want to talk about a sell high? Gotta be JJ McCarthy. I feel like because he had that one preseason game where he went the fuck off, then got hurt. And then you got a team with Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson and Addison and the quarterback, the coach. They're slinging the rock. So it's like McCarthy. If you could sell him now, I mean, I might would. I'm doo-doo. If somebody wanted to offer me a good ass offer, I'd ship him off. Penix. You guys are gonna think I'll just put it. I would go ahead and give him my answer, crap, man. No more rambling. And y'all gonna be surprised. I think I'm gonna keep Michael Penix, I'm going to trade J.J. McCarthy, and I'm going to cut my guy T-Law.
Wow, with the Clemson background. And the reason we wanted to put this in there is I think we all – I don't know what N has to think, but I think we all can agree on the talent level of these guys. Like, I think we all think J.J. McCarthy is the least talented. Am I right?
Yeah, I do personally, but
I mean, we haven't seen Michael Penix play. I mean, he did a couple snaps, but
it's true.
You know,
JJ McCarthy's on the best team.
Yeah.
So that's the decision. It's like the Vikings. You know, you got Kevin O'Connell over there who just quarterback whisperer. But like with T-Law, you got, you know, he's a generational talent from what they say. We'll see if it ever comes to fruition. But with the Jaguars, you got Brian Thomas over there, great receiving core. Michael Penix, you got Drake London. I mean,
good running back.
JJ McCarthy, you got Justin Jefferson. You got great receivers in every single team. So, I mean, this one is tough. But I actually am with Matt. I think I'm gonna keep Michael Penix. I believe in Michael Penix. I hate the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons suck ass most of the time, but so do the Jaguars. So. I'm going to keep Michael Penix. I'm going to trade J.J. McCarthy. And I'm going to cut Trevor Lawrence.
What you think, Ian?
Well, what I think is, let me ask you a question, Matt, first. So, say Penn.
Say Penn.
Penn.
Now say X.
X.
Penix. No. Every time you say it, I just keep thinking penis, and it's just hilarious. But so yeah, I mean, but go back to what you said. They are on par. Like coming out of college, I feel like the three of these had about the same amount of hype. I mean, Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, T-Law way ahead.
I mean, he won national championship.
Way.
Penix played for it. JJ McCarthy didn't do either. But
damn, he won one too, didn't he?
Yeah, he won. He won with Michigan.
He sure
They
did.
won.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So in that sense,
I forgot about that one.
In that sense, yeah, they're both elite quarterbacks in college. But I think what I would do is I'm cutting Penix. I think I'm gonna keep JJ McCarthy and trade Lawrence. I think that's what I would do.
Give me your reasoning. So, like, do you think do you side on the fact that JJ McCarthy just plays for the better system? Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, and I've seen him do some snaps, and I feel like Penix is great, but we all thought that about Colts.
No, don't even. No, we didn't think Anthony Richardson.
Ain't nobody think that shit. But, not on this podcast.
I did. I mean, I was, but you don't. But what I'm trying to say is, you never know until they get in there, and it's the fast pace. So, just going off of that. I mean, I feel like Penix is gonna be better in the long run, mainly because he's getting to sit for a couple years, and JJ McCarthy's getting thrown in. He's already gotten hurt. He's like got all this pressure on him coming into this year, but he is in the better system. I like the coach better, and I feel like Trevor Lawrence is great, and I feel like you could probably get more value for him. Honestly, it's a toss-up between keeping Trevor and trading McCarthy and vice versa, but I think I would try to trade Lawrence, and I'd have to cut Penix, man. I wouldn't want to. I definitely wouldn't want to cut Penix, but for the sake of the segment.
For the sake of the segment.
Yeah, man. Slide it. Let's slide it on over, man. Get some running backs in here. We got the running back whisperer with us. Although, even though I'm calling you the running back whisperer, we've had old cousin Brad on the episodes. That joker said, "Ian don't look like no motherfucking running back whisperer compared to him." That's all I know.
Yeah, one good year with the running backs, bro. I've been doing it every year.
Bucky Irving.
Yeah,
Kyron Williams.
He got Alvin Kamara 2 picks before me, and he thinks he's the man. Okay.
What we got? We got a good one right here. Bucky, Kyron, JT. I'll be honest, crap, man. This could be my easiest one. That one you talk about was the easiest one. I think this one is my easiest one right here when I look at it, because I'm gonna keep Kyron Williams. I'm gonna trade Bucky Irving. That motherfucker, you getting him in 4th rounds of rookie drafts and stuff. His even if he is going to be good for the next 2 or 3 years, his value has soared so much. Sell him, and I'm cutting Jonathan Taylor out. I mean, Jonathan Taylor whooped my ass at the end of last year. I don't even think Jonathan Taylor's been that good. And the truth is JT, if you go look at his shit, he ain't been that good the past 2 or 3 years. I don't care what anybody says. That dude's value's been way up there for a long time, but he finished strong last year, so you might could get something for JT, but I'm cutting JT. I'm keeping Kyron because Kyron's the man. That offense runs through Kyron Williams, no doubt about it. And then Bucky Irving, he's got a lot of value. Let's ship him off.
I mean, what if I told you Bucky was going ahead of both of them guys in startups?
I'd believe it.
Yeah. I would too.
I believe it because he showed out. He showed out last year, man. He showed out last year, and all 3 of these guys really showed out last year. And it's kind of tough, man. I mean, I wanna be able to keep JT because he did finish so high last year, but we are in a dynasty talking, and so I feel like you could get your highest value for JT. I think I'd cut Kyron, keep Bucky. It's hard to – no. I mean, I got to go with you, man. I got to keep Kyron. He's on a better team, better coach, better chances. Baker's going to be flinging that rock. And I just feel like, the LA is more built to run the ball. The offense definitely goes more through Kyron in LA than it does Bucky in Tampa. So, I think I'm with Matt on this.
Oh, man.
Fuck it, go ahead, Kraft.
Yeah.
Oh, switch it.
I just really thought that y'all would disagree with me on this one, but I think we're right there together. I mean, Kyron, I just feel like always gets the shit into the stick all the time for some reason. But I'm keeping Kyron.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
it's
keeping
because
Kyron.
it's because all those motherfuckers on Twitter didn't like his 40-yard dash, Kraft, man. So they don't like Kyra no more.
But he scores like 20 touchdowns a year. I mean, the dude is ridiculous around the red zone, and there's no way I'm keeping I love me some Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I definitely drafted him next year, but I'm not keeping the running back that plays with Anthony Richardson. I mean, when he hands the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, he has to touch Anthony Richardson's inaccurate hand, who gets it gets all the stink on Jonathan Taylor. And then you seen what happened last year. He dropped the ball at the 1 yard line because he knew that's what Anthony Richardson would do. So
yeah.
So I gotta cut JT and I gotta trade Bucky. Keep Kyron.
Yep.
Man, we'll go ahead and get it. We'll go ahead and whip on through these. We got Xavier Worthy, Devontae Smith, Roma Dunze, and damn, I feel like this was pretty tough because I would probably keep. Man, go ahead, Kraft, man. You go first, buddy.
All right. Well, at this point, I got to cut Devontae Smith. It's the easy one because I think Devontae Smith's extremely talented, but the way that offense runs, he's a third option. You're not going to get any type of ceiling at all with Devontae Smith. I mean, he's going to be solid throughout the year, but I want to play for a little bit of upside. So I would just have to trade Xavier Worthy, and I'm going to keep Roma Dunze.
Yes, sir.
And that's where I'm at.
I agree. You know how I feel about Roma Dunze. I've been, all on it. I don't even think his price has even changed over the summer. So, yeah, I would trade Xavier Worthy. Keep Roma Dunze. I like his upside. And Devontae Smith, he will have some good games. Devontae Smith is one of those guys, he's in your flex spot. You know what I'm saying? Roma Dunze is somebody you hope is going to be more than just a flex. He's going to be like your 1 or 2 guy. So, yeah, Ian, you want to go say something?
Yeah, man. For the sake of the segment, I'll give you my answer. But with Roma Dunze, it's tough, man, because they are the
plays for the Bears.
They are the offseason. They're the offseason heroes, and it seems like he's got the talent. He's got a good quarterback. They can get a few things figured out. I feel like he would be super productive, especially with DJ Moore there. It's the same thing kind of with Ayuk and Debo. When Debo was on the field, Ayuk had great games, and but for the sake of the thing, I think I'm going to have to cut Rome. I'm going to probably get more value for Devontae Smith, I think.
I don't think so.
But I think I'd rather hang on to Xavier Worthy, mainly because he's with Patrick Mahomes on a kind of more or less a pass-first offense. And then I feel like if Rashee Rice isn't what he was, he have more opportunities before Devontae Smith will. So I don't know, man. I guess it just depends on who I can get more. Because I do like Devontae Smith, and I mean, he's paired up with the Super Bowl champs. You know what I mean? He's on a great team, but they are a run-first offense, and he's the third, fourth guy. So, yeah, it's just it's tough there. But I think I'd have to cut Rome. I mean,
who do y'all think is going first in startup ADP right now out of these 3 guys? If you had to guess,
should be Rome. I'm gonna say Rome.
It's probably Zay.
Just because I happen to look at his.
It's probably Zay.
Yeah, it goes Adunze, Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy. They're only a couple picks apart. Roma Adunze is going at ADP 47, and Xavier Worthy's at 61. So you're talking about a full round later or more.
Wow. And that's what I'm saying. Like I see the talent there. I mean, he's got a great. We think is great. I mean, he showed flashes of greatness. Caleb Williams did, and But it's everybody. I mean, when's the last time you had a great receiver from the Browns? Name one.
You mean from the Bears? Yeah.
From the Bears.
Hey, Browns, Bears. I mean,
Brandon Marshall.
you know,
Brandon Marshall, maybe.
Yeah, in
to
the
my
90s, early. I mean, 2010.
Allen Robinson.
Flashes of greatness.
yeah,
He was good. No, that's one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
but
all right then. You know, a little bit of disagreement. Last one of the night, though. Well, a long ass episode for the folks out there, but Zay Flowers, Kenneth Walker, and the 108.
easy for me.
Go ahead then, if it's easy for you.
Damn. So Kenneth Walker, right now as it is, I'm keeping. I'm gonna cut the 108 and trade Zay. No, I'm gonna trade the 108.
Right.
I just don't want to cut Zay, man. All right, you go. I'll go last.
I got you, man. I got you because I already know what I'm gonna do because I'm going to keep because I've been looking into Zay Flowers just a tad bit lately because I was just kind of looking around for people to trade for, and I do think Zay Flowers is good. But I'm going to keep Kenneth Walker because I believe next year. I think Kenneth Walker's about to ball out next year. I'm a believer in it. I believe. Zay Flowers, I'm going to cut Zay Flowers. That dude last year, he had a good year by his standards last year. He was wide receiver 25 in PPR. And I'm just saying, we talk about like Devontae Smith and stuff like that. Like I view Zay Flowers more in that range at this point. Even though Zay Flowers is the number one guy on that team, they're not going to run the ball. They're not throwing the ball like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are, and Lamar Jackson's good, but Derrick Henry and Lamar doing their thing. I'm gonna slide Zay Flowers. He was the wide receiver 25 last year. I'm gonna trade to 108 because April 12th, April 11th, April 12th. The 108 is gonna start gaining that traction. I trade to 108.
Okay. Well, I'm going to blow your minds. It's going to be crazy. But I'm going to keep the 108. I'm going to keep the 108, and I'm going to cut Kenneth Walker, and I will trade Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers got more value in dynasty leagues.
You can get a good running back with that 108.
I could get a good running back with that 108 who doesn't have Zach Charbonnet behind him with a new coaching staff over there. So,
good point.
I have a feeling that Zach Charbonnet is going to eat into it. Kenneth Walker's injury prone as hell. He's the T. Higgins of the running back room, and I feel like I can get a good player at the 108. I mean, this is
I do too.
It's totally against what I usually do, but these other two players, Zay Flowers, great for your fantasy lineups, but he's gonna be in your flex spot. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna get out of him. And then Kenneth Walker, RB2 if he's healthy, maybe back in RB1 if he can stay healthy all year. But give me a chance to see what I can pick at the 108 where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good point, man. You really changed my outlook on it because maybe I was thinking Kenneth Walker's because like you get that guy in the shirt, and I really do like having Seattle's running backs like Chris Carson. I mean, I usually try to get them, because a lot of times they're really good and for whatever reason or the other. But I mean, that's a good point. I mean, and Zay Flowers got one of the best quarterbacks on a really good team. They score a lot of touchdowns, but a lot of them are rushing touchdowns. And he's not that guy. He might be that guy, but I feel like with that 108, there's so many great running backs. Even if you don't get Genty or whoever's second, I mean, you can get Judkins or I'm drawing a blank. There's a lot of what I'm trying to say is there's at the 108. I mean,
you didn't listen to our episode, damn it! You didn't listen to our rookie episode.
I did, but I've just been pumping on this here forgetting stuff, and I can't think of all these rookies that I haven't even seen play yet. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, even if you don't hit on the best running back, it's not like last year, whatever. There was a couple guys, and if you didn't get them, you had to go wide receiver. You can wait. I'm guaranteed there'll be a running back down there, and you can get multiple in this draft. And so, I think that's a good point. I think I would. Yeah, I think I'd keep that. I'd cut Zay and then trade Kenneth Walker.
The only thing that I'm gonna disagree with is Craftman calling Kenneth Walker to T. Higgins. T. Higgins
No,
been
he
on the
called
field for one
Charbonnet.
snap.
He was talking about Charbonnet, I think.
Nah, you talking about Walker, weren't you?
I'm talking about Walker being. I'm talking about Kenneth Walker being the injury-prone running back, and T. Higgins he's
all
great.
I'm saying is
Kenneth Walker's great when he plays, but he don't play much. Same thing with T. Higgins.
I'll just say I just put T. Higgins in a league of his own. When you play one play and then bounce, you want a whole nother level, my guy.
Kenneth
yeah,
Walker's super talented though.
He is.
He's super talented, just like T. Higgins is.
I know.
Shoot, fellas. I think that about. Hey, for those who out there and listen, we drop some 20 and 30-minute episodes, but you might catch one like this while we up here all night doing this, and that's the best time for you to sit on your lawnmower, roll your one up, crack you open up here, and listen to the Fake Stuff podcast. Craftman, you got any words that you would want to say to our people out there?
I just appreciate everybody for listening. If there's ever an episode that you don't want to miss, I think is this one. You don't want to miss this one. This is a good one. We've been talking rookies for a while. We love dropping the rookie content, but it's not necessarily our strongest point. This is where we shine a little bit, Matt.
Right.
That's where we shine a little bit. So, I mean, it was great. Ian, awesome, man. It was a great episode. Ian, what you got for us?
I got an impersonation of Austin. Hey, thank you for listening to our podcast. We're so glad. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, y'all are very professional. Y'all do a great job with this thing, man. And I'm so happy to be on here with y'all. And I feel like it's only going up from here, man, because we're just a couple mentally not all there guys just talking about stuff we barely know anything about. But we do it for fun, not for money. And so anybody who's hearing this, we do it for listening.
I'm glad he said that. We don't ask for your money. We ain't asking for this and that. But we will say, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
Share the show. Don't be a hoe.
Yeah, Matt. What are we not? What are we not, Matt?
Expert.
I'm not a hoe. Oh,
we
are not the fucking experts. I need to just start to say that now. I should have said that at the beginning of the episode. We not the experts because we better. No, I'm just kidding. The reason why me and Craftman like to say that is because we're not the experts because we don't deal in absolutes. If you get on Twitter, everybody's going to be like, oh, you don't know ball. That trade right here. Like, me and Craftman don't roll like that, man. We say play fantasy football. How the fuck you want to play fantasy football? It's the best advice we can give.
But we're going to tell you how to play it better.
Yeah.
We
do want to win some money.
Bunch of trophies.
We do our best.
Bunch of trophies over here. Well, except for Austin. Me and Matt got a bunch.
I got a lot too, man. I know. Mine's in my boy's closet. I can't wake him up and go pick it up right now.
But I appreciate having me on, man. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, he'll be on. It'll be on there, especially when we drop and redraft stuff here soon. But with everybody, just thank y'all for listening to the episode. But with that said, nothing else. There's nothing more to say. So don't be a hoe. But we out.
Peace.